Very great pleasure to invite Conchita Wurst. We were talking up front in the what we call it the green room, we'll call it the sofa room, whatever you want to call it, about how we greet each other. Is it the 2 kisses or the 3 kisses or the handshake? So we decided
to kiss, obviously, of course.
Well, before Conchita.
Yes.
So you were born in Gmunden in Austria.
That's
I found a very nice picture of Gmunden. It's beautiful.
Exactly, that's the place where I was born.
So I found this picture on the internet. I hope to God that this is you.
Yeah, that's me.
You said
I know. I know. I was the cutest baby ever.
And what we can't see down here is that you apparently wore a skirt to school.
Yeah, I did.
That must have been really brave to do that.
Well, obviously, I didn't think that was brave, right? Because I was, too little to realize anything. But so yeah, the story basically is that I always wanted to, just dress the way I feel, and sometimes I felt like a little princess. I wanted to show everybody that I'm the princess today. And so my grandmother constantly tells the story that I was so upset that I ain't got a skirt in the very little shop we were in, and my mother would deny to buy the skirt for me, and my grandmother said, well, just buy that stupid skirt and give it to the kid. And my mom did, and then I went to kindergarten, and I remember my mom telling me, well, you have to be aware of the fact that the kids can laugh at you, right? And you don't get sad because probably they don't understand, whatever. So she would deliver me to the kindergarten, and she would wait outside, obviously for me to come out crying, like, oh my God, I have to, and to get me a decent clothes. But that did not happen, and she was very surprised about that. Kids, basically, they're so clever, and they just take everyone as they are, it's not about how they look and what they wear, and that's just beautiful, I think.
You later studied fashion design at the fashion school Graz in Austria also. Who were your fashion design heroes during that period?
Oh, well, back then, you have to imagine sitting there as a fashion student and you hear all those names like Jean-Paul Gaultier, Karl Lagerfeld, whatever. Obviously, you're overwhelmed and beyond inspired by those people, and you think you're never gonna make it that big, and you're obviously never gonna meet those people.
Do you have?
But back then, it's really funny because these 2 specific guys like Jean-Paul and Monsieur Lagerfeld, they were always very inspiring for me because I don't know, they were kind of rebels, right? Because there are other designers there, they don't feel like this outrageous going forward kind of lifestyle, and I always thought that Jean-Paul Gaultier and obviously Karl Lagerfeld is a very provocative person in some sense, and I love that. Yeah.
How would you describe your own style as a fashion designer?
As a fashion designer?
Yeah, when you're
studying. God! I haven't done anything for ages, but I think my style would be more is more. But on my body, I really prefer like chic, and clean lines. But yeah, when it comes to drawing and designing, I really always go for the outrageous stuff. But it's more fun, I think it's really, if I imagine myself having like a design fashion company, and you think of, well, there's the haute couture week coming up, and every designer needs to feel like, yes, that's my time, because you can do anything you want, right? And then when it's ready to wear, you have to think about your customers and then what they want to achieve, and I think then they pull back a little. But that's why I would definitely become a couture designer, even though nobody would buy my stuff. But I would just want to, be creative and crazy and overdo things.